Good morning, pregame crew. It is Tuesday, November 9th, 8:23 a.m. Eastern, 6:23 a.m. Mountain Time. I'm Chart Gal Lori. Audio, visual check, please. Good morning, Michelle. I know you were asking the people in the chat room, have they purchased a TCG membership? But I thought it was kind of funny in my head that yeah, Michelle, I did. It changed my life. February 2017, I purchased a Chart Guys membership, and here I am sitting here now, Chart Gal Lori. So yeah, they do help teach technical analysis. Hey, Brett, AR, thank you, Chuck, Bobo, Topher, Jorge, and of course, Michelle, Night Truck, Tammy. And Tammy, I missed your message yesterday when you said, I think his name was Romar, is your son? I'm so glad he's getting it. Does he trade, and is he interested in trading? That's pretty cool. My son has recently expressed interest in trading, and it was pretty interesting. He's like, Mom, I put $40 in Robinhood, and he bought one share of stock, and he's like, okay, when is it going to double? I'm like, okay, you have missed the whole purpose thing of trading. It's all about percentages. Thanks, Mal. Hey, Kevin. Hey, Tracy. Hey, y'all. Crypto moves. Let me know if this is your first time here. Yes, we trade. Well, we have 3 live shows a day. We do go over live trades while we're live. And when we're not live, we post setups in the room. We sometimes post entries. But most importantly, we teach you how to fish so you can take this skill and make it an occupation. From Montreal, hi, Andrea. We have a 4-hour EQ on ES right now, so things are kind of tame. Yesterday was a daily inside bar, so we have a daily inside bar. We are prone to these tightening ranges, which we call equilibriums. Hey, Sean. Oh, about to have a Wall Street Bets baller. Hey, Dino, I don't know what that means. I know what Wall Street Bets is, but I don't know what about to have a Wall Street baller mean. I don't know what that means. I slept last night. I know some of you worry about me. I had a member message me saying, Lori, we want you to get rest. This time change is a doozy. I read somewhere yesterday, right now it's 1,000,000th o'clock. And I'm like, I feel that in my bones. So we'll get started here in just a second. I will take a request right now. If you have a chart request, I'll take it. I'll get started in 4 minutes with the indices, crypto, commodities, movers and shakers of the day. We have an interesting day where we have hot pockets of activity, and then we have overall a daily inside bar. So my inside bar scan, let me see. My inside bar scan, we had 60 daily inside bars from yesterday of fast moving names with ATR, average true range of greater than $3. So definitely have a lot of inside days to watch, so it's hurry up and wait. I hope so, AR. Oh, I know what you, okay, now I get what you meant. SLV for Dino. Dino, are you already in SLV? Because you asked about it yesterday. I'm just curious. I'm not trying to call you out. I'm just curious. I like silver overall. I like this inverse head and shoulders. It looks like they're not even going to give us a right shoulder here, Dino. This lower wick we talked about yesterday. Last week's lower wick is beautiful. Key resistance is 22.98. I think silver looks good. I was looking at this name, AG. AG can sometimes be a little more volatile. You see how it broke the 1379 where SLV hasn't? You see that? So they're so closely correlated. I find it interesting when one will break bull before the other. What's the other one? EXK. This is a fast mover that I like to trade with silver. It has a triple top right now at 537. But if you're interested in the silver trade, I would look at this name, EXK, on a pullback to the EMAs and use 479 as your stop. So those are my silver plays, AG, EXK. But I like silver. I have a small gold position. I'm a little concerned where gold is today on a short-term basis, but long-term, I'm looking bullish. Metals along with Dan. Okay, and by the way, if you haven't watched Dan's marijuana video from this weekend, of course, was the best. Yesterday, he did one after hours catching you up on what's going on in the space, and I really recommend watching it. If you don't trade marijuana and you have no interest, never mind. But if you do have a little bit of interest, I would say watch it. I think there's so much opportunity. I would say if I had to define opportunity right now, let me just type it out for you. Okay. If I had to define opportunity in the space right now as far as outsized moves, and this is from number 1 to, so this being number 1 and MJ being number 2, marijuana. Actually, I'll break it down. 3, psychedelics. Then commodities. Futures have a ton of opportunity for traders with small accounts, but if you don't use stops, it will blow your account up and you'll be done trading. So futures are the most powerful instrument that you can trade, in my opinion, and actually math supports that, so it's not just my opinion. Futures are the most powerful instrument you can trade, and Joey and I were actually talking about swinging commodities, swinging the micro contracts. It's just, it offers so much reward compared to the risk that you're taking. It takes a lot more margin, and we were thinking Thinkorswim has so much, the fees are higher, the margin requirements are higher, so we were looking at other brokers. But overall, this is the opportunity in the market, in my opinion. Yep, travel's picking up. I agree. Weekly, we're struggling 50 MA. Oh, do you see that? This isn't a perfect one by any means, but it has a little bit of a broadening formation I'd be aware of on the weekly on LUV. I don't like it when we peak above and then pull back down. If you're familiar with Sarah, the strat sniper, she has a 50% rule where if a candle peaks up and above and comes back inside 50% of this candle, then it has a higher probability of becoming an outside bar. If I just lost you, don't worry about it. What I am saying is it peaked above and failed. I would say that's an absolute failure, and you have a gap below to be aware of. Southwest is definitely my favorite airline, so I have a slight bullish bias on this, but definitely wait. I would be waiting for a daily higher low for an entry on LUV. All right, it's 8:30 Eastern. Let's get started. I'm Chart Gal Lori. I'm part of the Chart Guys community. We teach technical analysis, i.e., we teach you how to fish. We don't give you the fish necessarily. Now, when Dan's live, when I'm live, if we see a trade, Dan will say, I'm entering now, and this is my game plan. And if he exits, he posts the exit if he told you about the entry, and so on. So we do give you some fish, but we teach you how to fish, which is much more powerful than just being handed fish. Because if you're being handed fish, then you've got to be with that person for the rest of your trading career. There's a lot of independence and autonomy that comes from learning yourself. And plus, I like expanding my brain. I'm a sponge. Like, let me learn every day. And that's why I love trading, is I never stop learning. Like, literally never stop learning. So what I do every day with a pregame show, indices, crypto, commodities, movers, and shakers of the day. And at the end, if I have time, I take your request. Hit the like button, please. Hit the subscribe button, please, and let's get started. ES, Daily Inside Bar. So a daily inside bar. So if you're interested in my chart setup, it's on the screen now. You can see it a little better here. Green and red is the 8 and 21 EMA. Yellow is the 50 EMA. Yellow candles are nesting candles. They are nesting within the range of the prior candle. I'll show you what I mean. Ultimate RSI multi-time frame and the Squeeze Pro indicator. So on the daily, we have 2 yellow candles. So I use an indicator, JC inside bars on TradingView, that this shows the candle is yellow. So it jumps out at my eyes to tell me that this price range is nesting within the prior candle's range. So this is yesterday's candle, November 8th. We stayed within Friday's range. Look how long it's been since we've had an inside candle, since October 13th. We've just been charging higher or just slight pullbacks, but we have a daily inside bar and we're opening up within that range. So when we have inside bars, typically you can zoom in a little closer and you're going to find an equilibrium. So I find this path shows the clearest way to explain an equilibrium. So you see that. So where we have higher high, higher low, lower high, higher low. Now we're looking for a potential lower high, higher low, get tighter. But what we also see happen is if it doesn't get tighter and let's say it comes down and breaks bear here, don't fret yet. When we break bear by just a tiny hair, if we were to break below 4676, 467, here's a trick. If I'm hovering over a candle and you don't use TradingView, you wouldn't know this. If I'm hovering over a candle, look up here. It'll show you the open level, the high level, the low level, and the close level. So right here, the low of this bar from November 7th, the low of this bar is 467625, which is marked over here in white. That level needs to hold. If it were to break by a few dollars, just a few dollars, and very little bear volume, and then resume higher, then we would zoom out and look for that daily bull flag. So 4-hour EQ, bulls are not in trouble. And I tell y'all every single day, there's 3 directions in the market, of course, up, down, and sideways. So if we have had this large move up and then sideways, that is a check mark in favor of the bulls. So the bulls are slowing down. They're going to sitting on the bench. The bears have free reign right now. They're sitting on the bench. The bulls are sitting on the bench, taking a breather, and the bears are doing nothing in the way of volume. So this is a check mark in the favor of the bulls. So the preceding trend prior to the equilibrium was bullish. So if you want to position yourself within the EQ, odds favor a bullish break. Will it break bull? Maybe not. But the odds favor whatever the preceding trend it was before the tightening range. So I hope that makes sense. ES and NASDAQ are pretty clear with their 4-hour EQs. Let me zoom out. So yesterday we broke the low of Friday by 40 bucks, and then we still popped a little higher. So we don't have an inside bar on NASDAQ, but if I were to pull up the encyclopedia, and if you know what an encyclopedia is, you're old like me. If you'd pull up an encyclopedia of what does a bull flag look like, it would have a picture like this. We have no bear volume yet to even mention on the daily, so potential daily bull flag on NASDAQ. Well, I just graffitied over my pretty EQ art. All right, so 16394 is your resistance, 16448. So we have higher high, higher low, lower high, higher low, and let's see what happens over here in the Taylor Swift blank space, which is what I call this black space over here. So we already know what happened to the left side. What is that Lion King? That I'm constantly quoting that monkey, and I haven't seen that show in forever. We have to look through the past to learn for the future, and that's what we're doing. We're always using the left side data to calculate probabilities of the right, what's the most likely scenario in the black space on the right side. So ES and NASDAQ look very similar. These two things are not like the other ones. So RTY, we had a peak above. So RTY was the leader yesterday. And y'all, I pounded the table enough to know everyone here, if you've been here for longer than 2 weeks, you know this was one of my favorite charts with this squeeze and this powerful pattern of shaking the Coke can and then pop the top, and then there she goes. So with RTY, it was the leader yesterday, but did that peak above and fail? Did that just show a little bit of buyer exhaustion and a potential little head and shoulders coming in? This isn't ideal. If you scroll in a little bit more to the 2-hour, you could see it a little bit better. This is not what I would put in the encyclopedia of head and shoulders, but it's pretty close. But y'all also know, so let me do this again so I can type it out a little better than I can on the screen. Head and shoulders after an extreme extension can sometimes be, you already know what I'm going to say. If you're a TCG member, you know I say this all the time, a faux head and shoulders. Zoom out for potential bull flag on higher time frame. I don't know if it helps y'all to see things in writing. I'm a very visual person, so sometimes it helps for me to just type this out. So I want you to look at what I'm saying. You see this head and shoulders here? It's on RTY and on the Dow. So if we zoom out on the daily, yep, this could be a bull flag. So I don't want to get lured in to this potential bear flag and get uber bearish when it could be a bull flag on a high. I don't want to get lured into this head and shoulders only for it to potentially be a bull flag on the higher time frame. And look at Dow, same thing. We had a peak above and fail. And was that just slight buyer exhaustion? This is what has me leaning bullish. Look at that hold of 50 RSI. And Joey was just telling me this morning, I didn't know that. And if you don't know who Joey is, Chart Guy Jungle Funk, and he runs Commodities channel in our chat room. He was telling me the 50 RSI is the 26 EMA. I didn't know that. I see charts hold 50 RSI all the time, and it is a show of strength. RTY, look at that. That has me leaning bullish despite this pattern. So I tell you every morning, I wake up, I find all the puzzle pieces thrown on the ground again, and I go pick them up and put the pieces to the puzzle again. ES, NASDAQ, 4-hour EQs, RTY, YM, potential 2-hour head and shoulders, yet all of them, all four have potential daily bull flags. It is not time to get bearish yet. The bears have proven nothing with volume. Let's see once all the bears wake up from hibernation this morning and what they have on the agenda. His name is Dan. Yeah, Dan's post on marijuana. He is the marijuana trading king of the world. He knows marijuana technical analysis, correlations, inverse, laggard, name it. And all of the shenanigans that happen, like what happened with USMJ toward end of day. He knows more than any other technical trader in the world. And that's why Chart Guys is a superior service if you're, well, for many reasons, but especially if you trade marijuana, then I think it's a must to be a member of the Chart Guys. All right, so that's my spiel on the indices. VIX, I'm looking at a potential double top here. So we got this double bottom. We discussed this yesterday. We had this tiny, what was it, a 11-cent break, but that's still a double bottom. I'm looking for a potential double top here at 1806, which let me tell you what would even be better, which is kind of odd to say. As a market bull, if I'm positioned bullishly with the market, I would love to see a little bull break, tiny one with very little follow through and then fail. Then that would be a potential weekly bear flag on a lower time frame. Do you see it? This is some cool stuff, isn't it? I didn't make all this stuff up. I mean, I learned from Dan. And I've learned from other people as well, and I'm an amalgamation of all of that information. Is that the right word? But weekly bear flag on the VIX, that is super bullish for the market. Powell is talking today, by the way, and that's always a variable that we have no control over. All right, BTC, we had a new all-time high. Our crypto room is all over it. And if you want to know what I mean by crypto room, this is just a glimpse. We have crypto and we have all of these different setups that are posted. This is the Bitcoin. We have marijuana room. We have tons of rooms. We even have a uranium room. Sarah is a legend, isn't she? I traded with Sarah 4 years ago when she started trading. We traded together. Love her. All right, Bitcoin, new all-time high, 4-hour bull flag potential. Y'all see that? That could be in the encyclopedia bull flags. Ethereum, that could be in encyclopedia bull flags. Here's the only thing, the only fly in the ointment for the bulls are these upper wicks. You see those upper wicks? We don't want those. We want lower wicks. Lower wicks means bulls are buying the dip. That's what you want to see in a bull flag. You want declining bear volume, check. You want 1/3 of the bull flag of the pole. You want to maintain 1/3, check. And we want to maintain the EMAs, check. And we want lower wicks of bulls buying the dip. It's not clear. It's not as clear as we'd like, but I would still say these are bull flags on the 4-hour with Ethereum and Bitcoin. Let me give you the levels. I'm a graffiti person, and if my mouse use drives you crazy, I'm sorry, it drives me crazy too. But we're working with what we got here. All right, so those are bullish. Gold. I have a bull gold position, so let me be clear. I've been clear with y'all that I'm looking bullish gold. I've been bullish gold from back here at 1720. Right here. I was bullish here. I bought, I scaled out, I scaled out, I scaled out. I posted the entry and the exits in the commodities room. I posted the entry here, and I've exited almost all. The last third is what I have. So now I'm just flipping gears, just switching gears a little bit for the short term. I'm looking bearish gold in the short term. This is a pretty clear resistance. I want you to look at all the different tops that we have here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so come on, arrow. If we were to get through 1837, that would be a pretty impressive bull break for me. And then I would say, okay, I'll let my 1/3 gold position just keep going. And this is something we also teach in chart guys. So if you're long gold, you can hedge. So if I have GLD, for example, I can short GC or micro GC or vice versa to hedge my position to see if this is going to be a failure at this large point of inventory overhead. So I'm looking short gold in the short term, 1837 being resistance support, 1821, 1813. If we push through, that is a big, big statement by the bulls. I should also mention I am long ASD, USD. Dan posted the 4-hour falling wedge, or 12-hour falling wedge, I believe, here. You can see it here. And I entered yesterday at 2:08. I posted it in the room. I exited 1/3 this morning, and we are trucking in the crypto alt space. About a 13% move. It was a good move. Okay, oil. We have API estimates today after hours at 4:30 Eastern. If you have an oil position, you need to know that. On the daily, we're looking for a lower high compared to 84.88. I would say that's the true last lower high. This was just a small wick above, but it is resistance at 83.42. Y'all remember that level that stopped me out of oil short. But 83.42 is an area where you could possibly look short for oil for a potential lower high, being aware that we have a potential weekly bull flag on higher time frames, so you have a high probability of getting stopped out. We have oil inventory tomorrow at 10:30 Eastern. Nat gas, we have a weekly EQ. Your support 4825. On the daily, there is a trade in nat gas now. So I've told y'all for days on end, nat gas, no touch for me, no trade setup. Well, there's one now. We have potential higher low compared to 5.116. So there's a potential play here for a higher low on nat gas. Apple, I just wanted to show y'all these weekly inside bars. Yesterday, I told you about a trade I'm watching. You see all my alerts built here. I'm looking for a high above 152.50, a low below 150.16. Let's just say 150. I'm looking for a potential bull break. I'm looking to position myself long in Apple. And we love these weekly inside bars. And Apple's so important to the overall market because of its market cap. I've told y'all this fun fact before. The market cap of Apple is equal to the entire Russell Index. 2,000 companies in the Russell Index, their entire market cap combined is approximately equal to Apple's market cap. That's impressive. AMD, hit the like button. Yeah, be a friend. Be a friend of the show. Okay, bullish news times 3 yesterday. Lisa Su was talking at some type of meeting. They have relationships with Microsoft, the Meta, and I forget, and they announced a new chip yesterday. So this is super bullish news. I still have a bull position from yesterday, potential bull flag, and I'm looking for a back burner trade, meaning I'm looking for the 5-minute oversold. And you see, I already have my alert here. Down here, you see the orange dotted line. So you just go up here and you set an alert for whatever your RSI is, and you say, let me know when it crosses 30 on the 5-minute time frame, and you can create an alert. So for AMD, lots of bullish news, and it's a back burner trade. That back burner trade is a Queen of the Mountain setup for me. EVGO, bullish news times 2, back burner trade, so you could wait for a 5-minute oversold. It has plenty of day trading volatility, And this is going to be Queen of the Mountain. When we have multiple news, so you see a trend now, AMD three times news. Okay, let's try this again. 3 different sets of positive news. EVGO, 2. One with General Motors and one with Uber this morning. So super bullish. Can you enter up here when it's 35% up? No, you can't. There's just no, you're chasing a car. Dogs that chase cars get ran over. You can wait for a high of low bar setup, stair step setup, back burner setup, or EQs. That's what you can do with EVGO. GS, I saw this, Denzi posted this, credit where credit's due. My scan found this one and I didn't go drill in on it until she posted it. Double D's, double daily inside bars. So if I'm just gonna stop here and go to XLF. So XLF has a potential weekly bull flag. Do you see that? GS is not as clear as of a bull flag, but I'm gonna look at the mama market sector, which is XLF. So this has potential double daily inside bars. We're breaking below right now in pre-market. But if we can hold 40642 before the market opens, even though we broke the low of yesterday, if we can hold 40642, that could be a bottom fish opportunity. HUT, this was one of our names yesterday. I hope some of you got it. We had a potential daily bull flag on our hands. These are my notes from yesterday. And it broke bull. And now you can look for more day trading volatility. You can look for back burners. You can look for high of low bar, stair step, EQs. You know the drill. INVZ. Day trading volatility. So I'm not saying this is a Queen of the Mountain setup. I'm just saying this name has a ton of pre-market volume that you could get some scalps in with all of our various trade setups that, or whatever your system is. You could have a system that you dub the Big Bird system, and any 3 yellow candles in a row, you go yellow. I don't know. You could do your Big Bird system on this. Whatever your system is, you can apply it to names that have high volatility. And this one should have high volatility for you today. Laser, huge news, up 38%. Day trading volatility, back burner, bullish news. Let me give you this support level in pre-market. So you can't do anything with it up here. And you're like, Lori, why are you telling me then? Well, midday, later in the day, you may be able to get a trade on it. Look for falling wedges. I love falling wedges coming into support. Those are typically bull flags on higher time frames. So just look for it. MNMD, day trading volatility. CMPS, bullish news. Possible correlation laggard trade. Looks like it's getting whacked down from that pop up. So this is psychedelic space, CMPS. They got some study results this morning. So this popped on that correlation trade, and now it's a laggard. It's way down here now. So it could have a bottom fish to 277 and 275. So now the setup has changed. It's given back way too much. But a bottom fish of 277 or 275 represents a decent high risk, high reward trade. High probability of getting stopped out, but if you don't, could have a nice reward. NVIDIA, back burner. Day trading volatility, back burner, bullish news. News with laser, hourly squeeze. Take note when we close with a 15-minute or hourly squeeze. I put all my notes here I wanted to remember. Okay, so we closed yesterday with NVIDIA with a potential bull flag on a higher time frame, squeezing. Take note when we close with a 15-minute or hourly squeeze on a name that you're watching that has a potential bull flag, take note. These gap ups are more likely when we close with a squeeze. That means we close with pressure. Yeah, they had news this morning, but price precedes news. GE had news this morning. That chart preceded that news. So price preceded news here, and we had a squeeze. Thanks, Tony, for hitting the like button. Slow Devil, that's cute. But still hit the like button anyway. Lots of love. Thank you, Kalex. If y'all can't tell, I love what I do. ER bullish reaction, day trading volatility. Can't enter up here, but back burner trade for sure. So you just go to the 5-minute and say, okay, I'm going to go set my alert. I can't do anything with it up here except smile and wave. Elbow, elbow, wrist, wrist. I was in a pageant or two. Elbow, elbow, wrist, wrist. Tesla, I'm just going to keep here with all this poll crap stuff. I'm sorry, I said crap. Kids, if you're listening, you're not supposed to say that. Here are some key levels. Resistance 120854. Prior support could act as resistance. Actually, I need to give you the high of yesterday. Day trading volatility. I am very interested how Elon and this chart climbs out of this Michigas that happened this weekend. This weekly chart is just beautiful. This is beyond parabolic. This is vertical. Vertical is different than parabolic. So let's see if we get a weekly bull flag. Maybe it just consolidates today, this week, and next week gets itself a little weekly bull flag. That'd be cool for bulls. Vive, Queen of the Mountain, working on third inside week, and it has a daily inside bar. Packaged software. So I noticed this morning, Adobe, Now, Team, lots of cloud names with daily inside bars and weekly inside bars. So that's healthy consolidation of the three directions: up, down, sideways. Sideways when the preceding trend was up, or sideways is a win for the bulls. This is super volatile. You see those little orange alarm thing there? I already have my alert set. I'm ready. I'm ready for this trade. Let me click on it and see if I can show you. Triple weekly inside bar. You see how I put in my notes and I put it right before it breaks so I can set up my order and see if I want to enter. I'm not going to enter long on a Vive weekly inside bar if the market's crashing. Does that make sense? So this doesn't mean I'm going to enter. It just means go look. This is an amazing chart with lots of compression. Look at that squeeze on the weekly. If it breaks to the upside or downside, either way, you could get some nice volatility. Now, Dan will be live in 6 minutes. I'm going to take one request. Beto. Oh, awesome, Zubo. I'm so glad you're learning. Hit the like button. These YouTube algorithms, y'all, I'm blonde. They're totally over my head. But I feel like I put a ton of work into this, and a lot of people like it, yet a lot of people don't find us because the algo is not very nice. So be nice to us, algo, and you can help me with that by hitting the like button. Okay, 43.95 is the level on BITO. That's the Bitcoin ETF. Considering that Bitcoin is in a 4-hour bull flag here, this is looking promising to get over the 43.95. So who asked me? George. So on Beto, I would not even look at the chart. I would only look at Bitcoin. When you are trading something that's so closely correlated with the underlying chart, go chart the underlying, in this case, Bitcoin. So just watch this Bitcoin chart. I'm going to make a bold statement here. If Bitcoin gets over 68568, I bet you a 99% chance BITO will get over 43.94. I don't know why that did 43.95. So 99% chance if Bitcoin makes a new all-time high, BITO will get over 43.94. But Bitcoin made a new all-time high last night. It should be a shoe-in to go over 43.94 unless this ETF is broken and it's not as close of correlation as I thought. So that could be a decent laggard play to Bitcoin going bullish. Patrick, thank you. Thank you, Tony. How a lurker. All right, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, bring a friend tomorrow. If you bring a friend, I'll bring even more energy, and all the knowledge that I have to share with you tomorrow will just be on fire together. All right, use stop losses. Okay, because I'm a sucker. Run. Okay, FSR. Oh, that's different. Never mind. I was thinking First Solar. Oh, that had a nasty upper wick. Just be careful with this one, okay? That was a nasty upper wick. That's your key support for me, is the body of that candle. Now I'm done. Bye.